Good afternoon, folks. Zach Cross here, Yuba activist and adventure network, coming from unincorporated Sutter County off of Eager Road. So today I'm going to have a little talk with you about Saturday out there in Sutter trying to gather signatures. It basically looks like Sutter County is doing everything to stand in the way of this initiative that will change the way fire is funded and fix the problem where they don't have to fund fire even though you pay into taxes. Now, let me tell you, 15, 20 years ago, the people who were involved in political activism and volunteerism at that time, they would have said, what? What do you mean we pay taxes and you don't have to fund fire? And they would have made the Board of Supervisors' lives a living hell, and they would have packed that supervisor hall, which if you guys got together and did, and say packed that place with 300 people from all across unincorporated Sutter County, and you said, if you guys leave fire unfunded while you're buying a $9 million Kmart building, giving yourself raises, getting ready to give themselves more raises, staff more raises tomorrow at the meeting, we're going to take your jobs, anything you're doing illegal with your business, we're going to report, and we're going to make your life a living hell. That doesn't exist anymore. So you've got Liz Cervantes, who's helping you guys out with this initiative. We don't make money off you. We're spending our money to try to help you. I am your neighbor from across the river, and I am putting my time and my effort into it. Now, to the third of you who are smart and understand that you can't trust government, and maybe you did a little research on your own who are supporting this initiative, I'm sorry. We're going to have to ask you to sign it again, because the elections office is either incompetent or crooked over here and doing everything to stand in our way. I don't know which. Both are pretty bad. So basically, about a third of you are smart and understand you can't trust government. You've done your own research. A third of you want nothing to do with politics, even if it means you might not be able to get insurance and have to sell your home to somebody who's an investor from the Bay Area or whoever's got money to basically self-insure or blanket policy their properties they're buying up here in with something else in Southern California, like some of my friends do from Southern California. But basically, you're going, oh, you guys are fear-mongering all this. That was a third of the people. 1/3 smart, 1/3 don't want to do anything. Fuck the government, fuck everything. Yeah, I'm with you there. Another third, we're buying Ziegemeyer and these other fools' propaganda. Most of them don't even know what they're talking about, because I asked one stupid lady, she was probably the dumbest, most arrogant, and most aggressive about it human being I ever met in my life. I asked her one simple question. I said, well, have you talked to your insurance company about what's going to happen if that fire department closes or goes volunteer instead of 24-hour professionally manned? No, I don't have to. Everybody has to carry insurance and blah, 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 and we'll just go volunteer. Well, I can tell you, you should probably talk to your insurance adjuster and see what they're going to say, because that California fire insurance is pretty expensive and you don't even get the coverage you get with a private insurer. And while it might be required, I can tell you there's a lot of people up in the hills who carry the papers on their property, or maybe have some other loan where they don't have to carry insurance and it's not as easy to find because they were priced out. Individuals who are retired, individuals who work a job that's basically diminishing and in the career path they're in, and basically they've got to take what they can get, hoping to hold on long enough to retire and get Social Security or their pension or whatever. They're priced out. And, you know, look, I'm all about helping others, but it says in the good book, God helps those who help themselves. And my grandparents taught me that if you're going to help somebody, make sure they're helping themselves. Otherwise, you're enabling them. I'm not going to enable you, Sutter. I gave up Ellis Lake Cleanup Day to come and gather signatures out in your town to help save your fire department. A place that I can be, that there's a noticeable difference when I show up and put my effort in. I'm welcomed. I am appreciated for the time I put in. I will never do that again, because we can't even get a third of you to get your heads out of your ass and understand that you can't trust government. The other third of you that understand you're in a conundrum, I'm sorry, you're going to have to find the time to get more active. I don't give a shit if you're scolding your supervisor, because let me give you this piece. It is my understanding that Oswald Fire over here to the south of me is probably going to remain funded as part of a deal with Habitat for Humanity for all the overdoses and other stuff out there at the old Fireside Inn by the truck stop. Live Oak pays $700 and something thousand every year into fire and doesn't have its own fire department. Well, that's actually a municipalized city with a city council. They could write their own initiative to take that money from Sutter, put it into fire like, this initiative is supposed to be doing, which Liz is probably going to have to go to court and fight it. We already are knowing that. They're going to throw everything they can at this, trying to get that penny tax, which they're trying to sell Yuba City that they need more money for fire and stuff that they don't use after they paid $9 million for Kmart, gave themselves and staff raises and are looking to give themselves raises. You can tell the morons up at your dais are out of touch and trust fund kids because they don't even understand how bad the optics of that are, whether they hire this outside marketing firm for a bunch of money or not. Anyway, you're in a pickle, and if you believe you can trust your government, maybe some of you should do your own research and call your insurance adjusters and ask around, and then disseminate that information into your community, basically, and figure out what you're going to do, whether it's string up Mike Ziegemeyer by his ankles or whatever you're going to do. Beat him with a wet noodle, whatever you're going to do, you better figure it out. Because if fire is left unfunded and you're relying on your neighbors in Yuba City to pay for your fire services and whatever else they're going for that penny tax, you're in a world of shit. I'm just going to be real. And you got short memories out there because the Stottlemyre Ranch caught on fire, 3 or 4 years ago? Cost $18 million. $18 million because outside agencies had to come in, and these farmers say they don't use it. Let's see the call logs for how many farm laborers who get an arm mangled or whatever that are going out there. That's bullshit when they say they don't cover it. And by the way, they don't care if you end up having unaffordable fire insurance. You know why? Because they qualify for ranch insurance. Just like some people were benefiting from that up there before even that became hard to get with State Farm and Allstate and these other places leaving and no longer insuring people. You got a lot to think about. God helps who helps themselves. Good luck. Good luck. I haven't had faith in humanity in a long time, but at least as a country, we knew about 80-90% of us government was bad and can't be trusted. If you got 30% out there, 33.3% out there who believe you can trust government without doing research, you guys are already fucked. Good luck. Good afternoon. God bless you. I'm praying for you. You might see me again out there, or I might stop wasting my time and go hit up Tudor and Live Oak because, oh, by the way, you know when your fire chief got drunk and ran into McDonald's and didn't get the job in Yuba City? I hear on the street that they're holding that over Shallowit's head if he doesn't get in line, because he was all for this initially, and then he changed his tune. And I go, well, this is weird. It seems like he's being manipulated probably behind the scenes. What kind of dirt is there? So some of you elaborated on what dirt it might be, and it turns out when he went to go get a Happy Meal drunk as fuck and ran into the building and then lied about it, that might be what they're trying to use hold over his head right before retirement. Would you put it past him? Would you put it past him? God bless. Good luck.